There's another individual who has decided that they no longer believe in God. Should this be a headline? Why does this make a headline rather than the fact that there are numerous individuals who are finding religion on a daily basis? He had a very difficult time reconciling his beliefs with reality, which should have been an easy way to destroy religion in general. Well, for myself, the more I learn, the more secured in that knowledge I feel. I never grew up religious. I dabbled with it and was constantly searching. I went from an atheist to a Bible-burning Satanist to a Buddhist, and now here I am as a Christian. I think G.K. Chesterton said that it feels like you've gone on a grand voyage to discover something that has already been discovered. Ultimately, I believe that that's what the story of the prodigal son is about. But what makes us think that this truth is right? Well, it's right for me, and it chose me. But for facts, let's go back to my theory of active versus passive perspective of reality. Reality is a tapestry of perspectives. The way we aim our perspective drives our reality. This happens through the active imagination. So directing our perspective of reality takes two specific elements, consciousness and imagination. Those two elements are what God are, pure consciousness and imagination, which drives the entire universe. And it's said that that is what God is. When God says he created us in his image, I think that's what it's referring to. So we humans have the ability to choose belief or unbelief. And honestly, if it was God's job to make everyone believe in him, to force love, then it wouldn't truly be love. Think of it like your children. Say you have two children. One child is extremely defiant and runs away from home. Meanwhile, the other child stays with the parents and is coddled. The child who runs away eventually finds out how hard life is and learns to appreciate their parents. And meanwhile, the child who is home the whole time resents the other child for having more experiences. The defiant child sees how the other child is treating their parents and gains new appreciation for them. Meanwhile, the other child grows distant and despondent. As the child grows, they sever ties with their family. That defiant child is a Christian, and that other child is an atheist. Not everyone is made to be a theist. If this was true, then Jesus would never have been crucified. Atheism defines and proves theism, and these individuals exist not only to define each other, but also to strengthen their beliefs. Perhaps atheism is not, perhaps that atheist that a Christian meets isn't there to be converted, but instead to strengthen their own belief system, and vice versa. No one can chew your food for you. No one can force you to love someone, and no one can make you believe something. That individual must make the conscious choice to believe something or not believe something. Jesus said that no one comes to the Father but by me. And what these Christians declare as loss of faith, I discover numerous Christians, writers that I would never have known about beforehand. Such an event also allows many Christians to strengthen their own faiths. Ultimately, don't let others' spiritual journey cause turmoil to your own journey. In Romans 12:2, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern that what is the will of God, and what is good and acceptable and perfect.